Hello students, welcome to iExamD and embrace the iExamD learning experience. Students, I have come up with a series with respect to the Companies Act, जहाँ पे कि मैं Companies Act के various chapters का revision कर रही हूँ from the point of view of the various competitive law exams, wherein I'm discussing the important provisions. I've already come up with 4 parts in that particular series till date, and this particular video is the 5th part. So in case आप में से किसी का भी miss out हो गया है तो watch those parts. You can go to the description of this particular video wherein you can find the links of the previous 4 parts and you can watch them. Before moving ahead with our today's discussion, let me remind you over here that do remember to subscribe to our channel and press on the bell icon so that you can stay tuned and stay updated. In case आपको कोई भी questions हो, queries हो, you can clarify with us through the email ID or the phone number which is displayed on the screen. Now moving ahead with our today's discussion, as I already told you, I have started the series with respect to chapter wise revision of the Companies Act. So आज इस particular video में मैं discuss करने वाली हूँ chapter 9, that is accounts of the company, and further I'll be discussing and taking up chapter 10, that is audit and auditors. Now both these chapters which are related to the accounts of the companies, the audit, the auditors, these are very important, you can understand, in the context of the companies because they ensure the transparency, accountability and also the ethical conduct of the business. So maintaining the financial records, conducting the audits which the companies go ahead with, there are certain rules which are to be followed, which is very important for going ahead and maintaining an integrity and transparency. So we'll be looking on to the various aspects which are important from the point of view of the accounts of the companies. Now moving ahead with that, you can see that section 128, what it is basically providing or what it is talking about is that the companies, they will be going ahead and they will be maintaining books of accounts. Okay, so the books of accounts have to be maintained by the company, which will actually be including the financial records and other important documents which are related to the company's transaction, and that they have to maintain every financial year. So financial statement in simple you can understand is that it is basically a sort of report card which is there for the companies or with respect to the companies for every financial year, and it is basically showing the income, the expenses and overall financial status of the company. Now when the company is going ahead and maintaining these financial transactions records, they have to ensure that they are doing that on an accrual basis, and the double entry system of accounting that is basically being followed. So companies, they must keep their books updated on a regular basis, and they are required that they will be following a standard method of accounting. That is very important. And then these have to be kept at the company's registered office and any other place, but the board of directors, basically they have to go ahead and decide that, and with respect to that the registrar has to be updated by filing with the registrar a notice with respect to that. If the companies, they follow certain guidelines and all which has been prescribed, they can keep them in the electronic form also. And it is very important to note over here that these reports, they are to be kept by the company for a period of 8 years at least. There are exceptions to this general rule. ये जो है हमारा general rule है कि companies, they will be preserving it for a period of 8 years. So this general rule, there are certain exceptions which you can see over here कि अगर company existence में ही less than 8 years से है, and if there is an investigation and all which has been ordered by the central government, and उस केस में अगर longer period prescribed किया गया है, then it is a different situation. Otherwise 8 years is the general rule. Further section 129 is there which is talking about the financial statement. It is financial report card the company ka. These are required to be maintained by the companies, which is required by law that they have to basically go ahead and maintain this, and these reports are in compliance with the rules and they are actually reflecting the company's true and accurate financial situation. When these type of documents, the financial statement is to be prepared, it has to be ensured that it is complying with the accounting standards, and it has to be in the form provided for different classes of the companies, and that is as per schedule 3. Again, there are certain exceptions to this, under which you can see these are the exceptions, be it insurance company, banking company, etc. Board of directors will be going ahead and presenting these statements at every annual general meeting of the company. Now, if the company is having subsidiaries and associate companies, in that case, it will also prepare a consolidated financial statement. So these are requirements with respect to the financial statement, certain conditions you can say with respect to the financial statements. Further, there is section 134, which is talking about financial statement, boards, report, etc. This particular section is basically providing that the financial statement, which will also be including the consolidated financial statement, so that has to be approved by the board of directors before they are required to be signed off. And who all are required to sign it? Basically, chairperson of the company, where he is authorized by the board, or two directors, out of which one shall be the managing director. Then further you can see and CEO, the CFO and the CS of the company, wherever they are appointed. In case of OPC, only by one director for submission to the auditor for his report, and auditor's report shall be attached to every financial statement. So before the financial statement they are basically signed off, they are required to have a nodding from the board of directors, and then based on the setup which is there with respect to the companies, either of these are required to go ahead and sign that particular statement. And as I already mentioned, that the auditor's report that is required to be attached to every financial statement, which will be giving a clear and full picture of the entire financial condition of the company, you can say. Then section 135, this is also very important, corporate social responsibility, which is commonly referred to as CSR. So it is basically what a company does beyond making profits, beyond the business which it is doing, what else it is doing towards the society, or each corporate has certain responsibility towards the society, be it in respect of any of the CSR activities, like it could be education, it could be environment, any of those. So the companies have provides that the companies which are having a net worth of 500 crore or more, or turnover of 1000 crores or more, or net profit of 5 crores or more, and when they are having these during the immediately preceding financial year, they are required that they should basically go ahead constitute a corporate social responsibility committee of the board. And this CSR committee which will be constituted, the composition of that has to be of 3 or more directors. And out of these 3 or more directors, one has to be an independent director. Now say if the company is not required to go ahead and appoint an independent director, in that case, what the company will be doing that in the corporate social responsibility committee, it will be having 2 or more directors. Now this particular committee which will be formed, this will be formulating and recommending to the board corporate social responsibility policy, and this will be actually indicating all the activities which will be undertaken by the company. And as I already mentioned to you, there will be certain activities which can be taken up by the companies as their CSR activity, okay, जो कि schedule 7 के according हो सकता है. Second thing which the committee will be going ahead and doing is that it will also recommend the amount of expenditure which has to be incurred on the activities, monitoring the CSR policy which will be there, which is effective and all. It will also ensure that the company is going ahead and spending in every financial year at least 2% of the average net profit of the company made during the 3 immediately preceding financial year. जो भी unspent amount है with respect to the CSR activities, they have to be transferred to a fund that has been specified in this particular schedule, and that has to be done by the company within a period of 6 months from the expiry of the financial year. With respect to any ongoing project and all which the company has actually undertaken in its corporate social responsibility policy, that is required to be transferred by the company to a special account which the company will be opening in any scheduled bank amount, and it will be called as unspent corporate social responsibility account. Now internal audit. So internal audit को एकदम सिंपल में हम क्या समझ सकते हैं? It is basically a checkup for the companies which will be ensuring that everything is running smoothly inside the company. ठीक है? ये required है to be done by certain companies. Like you can see section 138 is mentioning जो listed companies है, unlisted public company है, and this is the further limit with respect to unlisted public company. If that is met, if it is a private company, again ये सारे requirements अगर fulfill with respect to turnover, loans and borrowings जो outstanding है, these type of companies they have to basically go ahead and on them this particular provision or section is applicable. Now who can be an internal auditor? So it has also laid down provision provisions with respect to that a chartered accountant, cost accountant or such other professional as may be decided by the board, they can basically go ahead and conduct the internal audit. आपने इसके अलावा सुना होगा statutory audit. So in very simple, if I can say internal audit को आप समझ सकते हो, it is basically an internal job. You can say internal audit is basically having someone within the company taking a close look at the operations of the company and to check if everything is working smoothly, efficiently and all, and if it is in compliance with the company's policies, procedures, companies act के जो भी requirements है उससे भी comply कर रहा है कि नहीं. Whereas on the other hand, जो statutory audit है एक external check है, it is basically a legal requirement कह सकते हो, जो कि basically an independent auditor can go ahead and do that. So they will be examining the company's financial statement, ensuring that they are true and fair with respect to the financial position of the company and all. Now the audit and auditors, so they are also important from the exam point of view. If you look at section 139, it is talking about how the appointment of the auditors has to be made. So if it is not a government company and if we talk about the first auditors, the board of directors, they are required to appoint them within a period of 30 days of registration. It could be that the board fails to go ahead and do that. उस केस में क्या होगा कि शेयर होल्डर्स अपॉइंट करेंगे एक 90 डेज के पीरियड के अंदर इन एन EGM. जो फर्स्ट ऑडिटर गवर्नमेंट कंपनी का नाम है, वी टॉक अबाउट देन कैग विल बी डूइंग द अपॉइंटमेंट एंड विद इन अ पीरियड ऑफ 60 days. If CAG fails to go ahead and do that, then in the next 30 days the board will be doing so. If the board also does not go ahead and do the same, then it will be done by the shareholders within a period of 60 days, जो कि EGM में किया जाएगा. ठीक है, अब ये जो ऑडिटर्स अपॉइंट होंगे, they will be holding the office till the conclusion of first AGM. जब तक first AGM नहीं हो जाता है, ये जो first auditors अपॉइंट किए जाएंगे, they will be holding the office. और जो first AGM होगा, वहां पे जो है एक इंडिविजुअल अपॉइंट होगा या फिर एक firm appoint hoga as an auditor, and their appointment will be valid till the conclusion of the 6th AGM. Okay, that is very important provision, you can say, from the exam point of view, that the term of the auditor being appointed. So in other words, you can also say for a period of 5 years. Now there has to be a filing of the notice with respect to such appointment with the registrar, जो कि within a period of 15 days कर देना है. Term and rotation की बात करें, so applicable to the following classes of companies, excluding the OPC and small companies. So listed company है, unlisted public company है, where a certain limit with respect to paid up share capital and all is there. And private companies है, companies having paid up share capital of the below threshold limit and also that has been basically provided in this particular section. These type of companies, they will not be going ahead and appointing or reappointing if they are going ahead with an individual as an auditor for one term of 5 consecutive years. So अगर एक individual को as an auditor appoint करी है company, so that will be for one term and that one term will be of 5 consecutive years. This is very important from your exam point of view. If the audit firm is being appointed as an auditor, then it will be 2 terms of 5 consecutive years. Then the removal, resignation, etc. of the auditor and the provisions with respect to that has been laid down under section 140. Which basically says that they will be removed from their office before the completion of the term. So if there is a removal, so obviously before the completion of their term, they will be removed, and that how it can be done, एक board resolution pass किया जाएगा and application दिया जाएगा central government को with respect to that within 30 days of the board resolution. So first the board resolution is basically required. After that central government के पास जो है application दिया जाएगा and special resolution within 60 days from the central government approval. So पहले board resolution पास होगा, फिर एप्लीकेशन किया जाएगा सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को विद इन 40 days फ्रॉम द बोर्ड रेजोल्यूशन. उसके बाद स्पेशल रेजोल्यूशन पास किया जाएगा विद इन अ पीरियड ऑफ 60 days from the central government approval. Now if we talk about resignation, that can be done by the auditors. So a statement with respect to that and the reason with respect to that, that is required to be filed within 30 days of the resignation. With whom? If it is a non-government company, तो company और registrar के पास, और अगर government company है तो company and registrar के अलावा कैग के पास, जो कि कंट्रोलर एंड ऑडिटर जनरल को दिया है. नाउ सेक्शन 142 इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द रेम्यूनरेशन ऑफ ऑडिटर्स. सो फर्स्ट ऑडिटर है अगर, तो उसका रेम्यूनरेशन बोर्ड फिक्स करेगी. जो भी सब्सिक्वेंट ऑडिटर्स होंगे उनके रेम्यूनरेशन जो है दैट विल बी एज डिसाइडेड इन द जनरल मीटिंग. नाउ देयर आर सर्टेन पावर्स एंड ड्यूटीज व्हिच दीज ऑडिटर्स हैव विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द कंपनी. सो इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द पावर्स, यू कैन सी ओवर हियर दे हैव द राइट टू obviously access the books, then go ahead and receive necessary information so that they can basically go ahead and do their very respective work, sign the audit report, attend the general meeting, inspection of the branch and all. So these are certain powers. On the other hand, if you talk about the duties, they have the duty that they should basically prepare the report and all as per the Companies Act provisions. Then auditing के standards को comply करना है, fraud अगर कुछ है तो report करना है. Then during the winding up also they have certain duties which they have to go ahead and fulfill that, and assistance for inspection and all is also one of the duties which they have. So with this we come to an end of our today's discussion of part 5. In the further video I'll be coming ahead with the further chapters, so do remember to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned so that you can stay updated and make your preparations 50% faster with us at iExam.